This is the meeting of the Newbury Library Board of Trustees, and we will take attendance.
Carrie Litter,
Alexander Burke.
Melissa Mashburn, Patty Olson,
Bridget Sari.
Haley Hart, Library Director.
Okay. All right. First thing on the agenda is approval of the minutes, which I think Alex had distributed like almost instantaneously after the
Like Alex.
Back in the swing of things.
Does anybody remember if they had any comments or changes? Yeah.
No,
Is
it
it
was
look-
today.
Yeah. It was
I didn't trust
fine.
myself.
So is there a motion to approve?
So motion.
Second? Motion made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Next item on the agenda is the director's report. Haley.
All right, so the roof is continuing to be worked on. We did have to give up some parking spaces because they have moved in the very, very, very long steel beam things for the roof. But we were able to save at least one handicap space, which was my priority. So once it's moving along, so hopefully they're here every day, you can hear them, so. Our HVAC has been on the fritz again, especially in the meeting room. It was been pretty cold. Fred's been in and out. There's a part he's waiting on that he's going to replace something. I don't know the full details, but he is on it. And we were able to get it warm enough for the blood drive, which was the real concern. We just bought 2 first aid kits that were actually business grade because our previous ones were not. So we have new ones. They're huge. They're in the same places as before, which is in our emergency procedure binder. So we're all good on that. It also has like a handy guide on how to use everything in it. So I had staff go through that. So that was exciting. Dorothy Moynihan is back. She's our new substitute librarian. She started on Saturday. She's happy to be here. We're happy to have her.
Good.
The Friends meeting is this Friday. After the end of the day on Friday is our staff party. We're having a local wire artist come and teach us how to make wire art. Yeah, so our staff love to craft, and I figured they would really enjoy that. So Wire by Ryan, he comes highly, highly recommended.
Coincidentally, I learned through the Museum of Old Newry that Ryan's business of moving and packing and storage things is not to be beaten. Very handy, so when you get around to it, Dick.
Oh.
That's great to know.
He's done fantastic work.
Yeah, I mean, he's been wonderful just to communicate with about what I need to.
He's a Byfielder, you know that.
Yep, exactly, which is why I was looking for someone
He's
local.
Buddy's
so.
kid.
Who's?
Bud Kelly.
Oh, Bud Kelly.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
he's a
assessor.
really good artist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to come
I
teach us how
didn't
to make.
realize that.
Yeah, he's going to teach us how to make wire art on rocks. I don't know, I'm not crafty, but I'm going to bring everything, and we're very excited. So we'll have some pizza.
Boy,
We'll
I
do our
didn't make the
do our Christmas swap because they always did like a Yankee swap. So we'll do that, and
Okay,
should be fun.
good.
On the 22nd is our cataloging training. I have someone from MBLC coming out. It'll be one of 2 people who are like the head catalog at MBLC. They're going to come out, do a refresher for all staff, and then also do some more in-depth stuff because Will's doing Library of Things and cataloging that is a beast. Catherine has shown interest in learning a little bit more in depth on that too. So we'll get a base refresher on how to catalog for everybody, some of who this is totally new to, and then a little bit deeper for those who need and or want. So that's coming up. Will and Catherine have a Library of Things showcase. It was kind of like a tester to see if it's something that the town would be interested in. We're going to definitely do it again, probably quarterly. Basically, they brought out a bunch of the things that we have, showed them how to use it, showed them what we had. I guess a lot of parents showed up and were excited about the kids' things that we have, so that was exciting. They'll definitely be doing that again. Catherine had a Greens workshop that was really well attended. Storytime continues to be the most popular. We had the Red Cross blood drive, and that went very, very well. They didn't have enough volunteers, so they had to do it by appointment. But every appointment was taken, so that was good. We'll definitely have them again. And then we also had a mocktail program last week that I took over for Catherine. That was fantastic. So yeah, it was good. I think that's about it.
Wow.
How things rolling at the library?
Yeah,
We,
I was about to say something small.
Catherine really went hard for January to get programming, and there's a vision board workshop this weekend, that kind of thing. So she's done amazing work. I just hope she's back soon to see it.
We hope she's feeling better, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
No,
Otherwise, yeah, numbers look good. Kind of what we expect. It's December. You get a drop in some stuff and a rise in others.
Mhm.
Budget's looking good. There's definitely some stuff that, like, moving around. This was my, again, first attempt at this budget based off of what we did last year.
Mhm.
So there's some things, like you'll see library supplies, looks like there's almost nothing in it. And that's just, it's gonna come from other parts of this that are being allocated that aren't getting used. So
Okay.
we're growing. Either way, we're totally fine on money. Something not on here because it happened today, finally. I have finally gotten in contact with Zoll, which is the people who do the AED from the town, because the fire chief sent me what they had bought, so they could buy an AED for us. So now I'm working with this company Zoll, which is where they bought them from, which has not been easy to contact, but I have finally gotten in contact with them, so we're doing some email work. So hopefully we'll have that soon. It's looking to be with like the battery pack and the wall mount, probably somewhere in the ballpark about 3,000. So perfectly fine, what we expected for using the state aid for.
Yep.
But yeah,
Okay.
that is moving along. My hope is, as long as they keep communicating with me, we can get it bought this month, and then maybe in February have fire come out and install.
And
So.
do some training.
Yeah,
Actually,
well, they technically have been
They
trained.
have trained in the
Yes,
past,
but yes, no, my plan
all
is
well
to.
and good, we didn't have an AED.
Yes,
If you had one, this is what you would do.
exactly. I mean, I know, based off of what the quote that they had given me from what they bought a tester, so they probably used the test unit. So I'm sure they have actual practice, but it's on the list. But yeah, so that's actually moving along now.
Good,
It's wonderful.
good, good. All right.
Bravo.
Any other new business? You gotta keep us here a little while.
The last couple weeks have been tight. I will say that the staff is incredible. They have really stepped up, with Catherine gone first on vacation and now being out ill, and then we had some random illnesses in staff, so we were really short-staffed, and Brady picked up a bunch of extra hours. Liz was really flexible with her hours. They're incredible. So that was all very good.
Good.
Yeah.
And you've been engaging them and involving them in the broader picture too.
Yeah.
So I think that sends a message to them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
that's-
that helps.
Yeah, that's all good.
Good.
We're really excited to have Dorothy back as, I haven't actually gotten to see her since she started on a Saturday.
Good.
She's a huge help, especially when all the staff get sick, so.
Sure. No,
Now we have that backup, which is lovely.
And she brings the
The
knowledge
knowledge,
and
yeah,
and
absolutely.
experience here, so.
Yeah, she was very excited about our water system. We got a new water,
Oh,
bubbler.
Bubbler, okay.
very excited. Staff morale really went up after that one.
The simple things.
It is, it really is. We've been working closely with DPW for just a number of little things, light replacements, and they've been really on it, which has been lovely. In particular with the heat, they've been checking in on the library, especially on like Sunday, Mondays,
Okay.
just because they know that the building gets cold.
Yeah.
So they've been kind of instructing us to make sure all the doors are open so that the heat that is here can circulate. So that's going well. And Brady finally got an alarm code. It only took like 3 months, but he has one now, and that's
Okay.
very exciting.
Good, good.
Yeah, it's gonna get very cold next week, apparently.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, which is why Fred is trying to get it
Oh,
done
good.
this week.
Yeah.
But he's
Now,
hoping
let's-
to be here
Let's
tomorrow.
add a little wind to that too.
Yeah.
We had talked
been
about
brutal.
Yeah.
setting up something with
Yeah.
James.
Oh,
to-
yes,
to
yep. Yep, just to chat about
Reach out
all
to
the
James and
systems,
just kind of,
all the plates and.
make a connection with him and get updates on where we're at on all this stuff. And
Yeah.
if there's anything else that we identify that we need to have him focus on, we'll do that also. Hopefully we'll do it before our next meeting and we'll be able to
Yeah.
give you an update on whatever he says about the various projects. the generator being one of them.
Yes.
They have done some work
Yeah.
internally?
Yes, it's hard to know what they're working on when they're internal.
Right, yeah.
Sometimes it's the HVAC and sometimes it's that. I know that they've also done some external work for it and prepping
Right.
the grounds like right behind my
Yes,
office.
yep.
So, yeah.
You could hear them.
I
Yeah.
could see and hear them,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's,
Yeah,
the delivery, that's one of the big issues, I guess, is
Mm.
the timing of getting the generator, so.
Mm.
Nobody keeps anything in inventory anymore, so,
yeah.
No, what do we need?
yeah.
For your house, fine, but
Yeah.
our stuff
Yeah.
is a
Something
little
like this, it's,
sophisticated.
yeah,
Yes, yeah.
So-
but, yeah, that's on the docket to try to just kind of check in on where all of the big projects are at. I'd love to know a vague timeline of the roof, just because it is loud and
it's-
taking up a
take
lot of space.
in the
And like,
parking
I'm
lot.
very, very glad that it's happening, and I'm not complaining, but it is a little bit more obstructive than I expected.
So they have been working on it
Yes.
this week, even with the snow and
Yes,
everything on the.
yes,
So they must be working on the backside.
they are right now, or I guess not right
Because
now,
you
but they
could
were
see them
earlier
on the
because I
front.
could sometimes hear them over my office, whereas they used to be over that area.
Yeah,
So.
okay, because the rounded
Yes.
part is all done.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay. Now it's the,
Yeah, that was the
slanted
really, really
portions.
big,
And those are the long
yes,
pieces that are taking up the parking lot.
yes. I will say that the person who delivered those was very kind and came in and asked where we wanted them, so
Oh,
working
okay.
with him, we tried to find out what was going to be the least obstructive.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it was this, but it was least obstructive because they couldn't get it behind the building.
Okay.
But, you know, we're making do, and it's, at least it's getting done.
No,
I'd
no.
rather that,
No, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Are the charging stations in place and functioning?
I honestly could not tell you if they're functioning. I assume so, because they took off they had like covers over them. I haven't seen them be used yet, and I don't have an electric car, but they are there.
It's always time.
Yeah, no, I just bought this one.
Oh, okay.
Like in November.
Oh,
Absolutely not. But they are there, and there was a blip when they first got installed that our lights were out in the parking lot, but James was quick to fix that.
Oh, good.
Yes, yes, so that's all fixed. I assume they're up and ready, just because they seem to be fully realized in a way that they weren't a couple weeks ago, so.
And they installed them at the Central Street
Yes.
Fields also.
That's
Good.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's two of them there.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I know we have
Yeah,
two.
I think there's two.
Yeah.
And there's a sign on Central Street. Actually,
There's one-
a sign out here too.
Yep, there's a sign
Yeah,
on one,
the people-
as you're turning in that has,
And there's, and, you know, and these things get put onto databases, so if somebody's driving by and they're looking for a place,
yeah,
they know where to go.
no,
So,
exactly,
yeah.
so, yeah, it's very exciting. We're getting all these fun changes.
I'm looking for things to,
I can see that.
the Christmas party. We
Which-
have the town Christmas.
Oh, the town holiday party was great.
Yeah.
It was really lovely. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We played board games and ate so much food. Doing the potluck was both the best and worst thing we could have done. We are still finishing off some of the like seltzers and stuff from that party.
That's good.
But it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. It was nice to actually connect, put faces to names, especially for a lot of staff. There was a lot of
Yeah,
connections.
absolutely.
They're like, oh, I've heard of you. So that was nice, like being able to connect.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I know that name. Oh, yeah, hi. So that was exciting,
Yeah.
and we don't have to host again for another 5 years, which is also very exciting.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
It is a great place to do it.
It is a great, and that is also, that's always on the table. I just don't want to host again.
Oh, no, and that's fine, somebody else is
Yeah,
doing it.
oh, yeah, exactly.
for-
Yeah, the
just-
location is always
The
open.
location is great, somebody else
Yeah.
just kind of coordinates.
Yeah,
it.
no, we had a great time. We put on like a fireplace on the projector
Oh, that's
and
fun.
had some music and yeah, ate so much food and played some games and
Very good.
yeah, it was lovely. It was really lovely.
Good. All right, and programming for the balance of the fiscal year is falling into place?
Yes, oh yeah.
Okay, good. Catherine is,
Yeah, Catherine's doing an amazing job. Yeah, there's a ton happening in the next few months programming wise and we're all really excited.
good,
Yeah.
yeah, if you think of it, and the opportunity presents itself, somebody who could do a program on cutting the cable, how do we get beyond having cable?
Oh, yeah. I'll let her know.
Only because I had an experience with Nessun today, not Nessun, with Xfinity, about Nessun.
I was gonna say, the Nessun app is also a problem, as someone who uses it almost nightly right now. Terrible.
They eliminated it out of
Oh,
the
no.
package that I'm in. I went to watch the game last night.
Ah, you missed a good one, too.
I know. I know, they won.
I know, we were watching like, wait, what?
One of the few things that I watch on television is Nessun to watch a hockey game. Other than that, it's PBS.
Yeah.
Just
And-
remember, anytime you try and change your Xfinity package to save money, it will eventually cost you more.
Oh,
And that's
That, I
what
believe,
this-
is the rule of Comcast.
Yes.
They come with ads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deregulation
So I
appears
called
not to be in our
I called to
futures
find out
for regulation.
what happened. It's been moved to,
Different package.
yeah, the ultimate TV package.
And
And
there you
you'd
go.
have to upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will say the Nessun app is also kind of expensive. We share it with one of my roommate's families, which is what we do with we have a lot of the streaming apps and we just share it with friends and stuff. So
Okay.
like, I get Disney Plus from this person
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they get
yeah,
our
yeah.
Hulu. But we also are 3 people.
yeah, I just,
so.
you know, I,
Have to go home and check them.
it was that in, what's the number? 851 was Nessun, and 852 is Boston Sports, and that's where the Celtics play. That's gone too. The two of them.
Nice. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, so I put it on last night, I said,
One other thing that I do have, so MBLC, they have a legislative agenda every year. They sent us these to give out to trustees, just so that you guys can be kind of aware of what they're requesting from legislators, so that if you want to fight or stand or support. So these are as y'all want them.
okay.
There's the budget's on the back and the QR code. You want to pass that one down? There you go.
It's Alex.
And they have a whole website. There's a legislative breakfast that Andover is putting on in March. I will remind you guys at the next meeting. I will not be able to attend, unfortunately, but it would be highly in our
Where do they
best.
hold- where do they hold it?
They're holding it at the library.
At the library.
Yeah, and it's something that in the future I would like to do here once we're fully up and running and have all of our staff. I would love to host a legislative breakfast. I'm part of the director in Ipswich, who I've worked with, is on the legislative committee.
Oh, okay.
So she's
Good.
a great resource for figuring out how to do that. So, but yes, so I will remind you guys about the Andover one. It should be great.
Okay. And I had another thought, but it's gone.
Okay.
Wow. Boy, oh boy. This is great. No, it couldn't have been that important. Oh, it probably impacts the two of you. You're aware of the fact that Congress has overturned the WEP.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you know that you're eligible if you have Social Security,
Yes.
enough coverage.
Yep.
You have enough?
I was happy because I worked privately.
You worked privately
They
before.
really did
Good
need-
for you.
Yeah.
I'm short 5 quarters, so now I've got to decide if I get a part-time job, so. Every time we go into a store that has a help wanted sign, my wife
He's pointing at it.
points that out to me. Yeah.
Sounds like a still.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, so I'm good, I'm glad you're aware of it. That is very helpful for
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
was
people.
very happy.
Yeah, very helpful. Yeah, it's, you know, I have a friend who was a teacher in Boston. Her husband passed away, but she could not collect his
Crazy.
Social Security benefits.
Yeah.
So now she can. She was
Yeah.
struggling,
That's
so,
great,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, is there anything, does anyone have any questions for me about anything going on?
I'm just eternally grateful for all you're doing.
Yes.
thank you.
yeah,
I agree.
absolutely. The relationship with Town Hall is to be commended.
They're great.
You've worked, it's a first.
I understand that, but they're great.
I understand that. They're not the enemy.
They're amazing. They've been truly so helpful. There's no way half of what we're doing right now would be doing I mean, especially like in the last week, Diane's been a huge help because we've been having this whole thing with the Newburyport Daily News, and they weren't getting our first check, and then we couldn't locate where the second one went, and our poor delivery driver was paying for us, and so that got cleared up because Diane was able to track down that the check got cashed, and I was able to tell them that, and they were able to find out where that went, and so we found it, and as of today, we're paid up, which is great.
She really does a
She's
good job.
amazing.
She
I don't know
does.
how she does what she does.
I agree, and she doesn't do it in a showy way at
No.
all. She
No.
does
She just
stuff
does-
that
she
she
just
just
does it
does.
good.
Yeah, no, she's incredible. I mean, I called her today, not knowing that the heat was still out, and she was
Oh.
able to help me, and then she was like, yeah, you know, it's a little bit of a struggle here, we might have to leave again. I was like, is the heat still out? She's like, yeah. I was like, you didn't have to, we could have done this tomorrow. She's like, no, it's fine. I was like, okay, that's, yeah.
So they had no heat in town?
Again, yeah, just at that first level.
The first
The
level.
101.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the second day in a row that it was down.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awful.
I know. So, but yeah, no, they've been incredible.
I did
Melissa,
senior work on.
Your term is coming up, you should know.
I do.
You're gonna run, please.
It remains to be seen because of my sister has some health issues going on,
Okay.
so I'll know a little bit more in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Needless to say,
Yeah.
But thank you, that's very nice to hear.
Oh,
no,
yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely.
very truthful.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I look over and think it all the time.
Yes, you live next door to me. My carpool friend. It makes good fiscal sense.
You're helping the environment.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
There you go. Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Did we break a record yet?
Good job, Ken.
Yeah, I think we did pretty, it's almost 5. I think that's
Oh,
pretty good.
Yeah.
We've definitely done shorter.
So, for next month?
Yeah.
And
Are we going for the Tuesday?
Tuesday's fine, I'm done with cardiac rehab next week, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So that would be.
Everything working well?
They tell me it is.
Are you
Okay.
still doing all the things you're supposed to do?
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
yeah,
uh-oh.
no, I'm exercising at home and I'm drinking red wine and, yeah.
All right, February 11th.
Has changed.
Yeah, February 11th
All right.
sounds.
Sounds okay.
I have a doctor's appointment up in Portsmouth at 3:15, so I might be a little late. You never know.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
we'll drag it on.
Cool.
Okay. Very good. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.